Fasten predicted Sharks to come out as the winners of this entire tournament. It will not be elimination, of course, just down to the lower bracket if they lose this one, but still. We would love to get that immediate spot in the grand final. Imperial look to try and get there first into the pistol round. Imperial, who's the player making big clutches, making a lot of space for the team in the previous map. He's early in towards Hut. Reels in holding ramp. Two players right in front of him.
Ooh, couple of shots landing. Reels in and Zevi both getting kills. P250 recovered by ZQK, while Imperial takes control of Hell. This can be heard, though. Jump comes through to try and take away the ability for the headshot, but the CTs just keep on finding kills. Exit fighting from heaven. Players surrounding Xiao. Imperial trying to sneak on up, but there's no way Sharks are going to let that happen. They are not happy after the first map. They're coming back with a vengeance on Nuke.
Yeah, that's not a bad statement coming into the pistol round, just picking everybody up immediately. 5 players staying alive. Paul's coming in, though. Anticlimactic into the second round, but Sharks very, very clean in the pistol. 2 from Zevi. Shots from him as well. Now we get into the technical timeout. Hopefully not another TeamSpeak issue. Otherwise, they really do need a new TeamSpeak server, Hulk.
Yeah, let's hope that this isn't going to be a long one, because Sharks would love to keep that going after winning the CT pistol. I think coming into this game for Sharks, it is nice they get to start on the CT side, because looking at their numbers on Nuke, it doesn't paint a pretty picture for them on the T side of this map. And the 5 times they've played Nuke in the last 3 months, they have a 22% win rate in their T-side Nuke rounds, which is really bad. They've had a couple of games where they've only been able to get 2 or 3 T rounds together. So I think just getting off to a good start on CT is important here. Just getting off to a position where you get a lot of rounds on the CT side, you get a lot of confidence behind you early. It's important that Sharks can get this start, and it's looking likely they're going to be able to get a few rounds early.
Well, Imperial have invested. The Deagles, the Scout. We'll see if they have anything up their sleeve here. 5 smokes here as well, Alex. 1 flashbang. So we definitely are expecting something to come in here from Imperial. Just trying to figure out what so far. Outside pressure from Showtime. Trying to walk up. Ned is going to force him back. Only does 7 damage. Imperial is actually the player that takes the most of that. He's down to 79 on ramp. So he's going to, or near the ramp, he's gone back now to outside. I'm going to be setting up for these smokes. The execute coming through, Alex. And it's going to be the deeper smoke lineup to try and allow these players to get towards secret or maybe even push up main. They have a couple of options available to them.
Still 2 smokes in their back pockets on top of that. So if they get down secret, they have the ability to cut down on some of these angles towards the B site. Oftentimes those smokes will be used to help get the plant, maybe to smoke off ramp. Tight angle held by JNT. As soon as he spots them, he tries to smoke. It's a bit slow though. Showtime's going to beat it, but his teammates can't get there to help him out. So good work from JNT, just making sure he doesn't get run down.
And kill has come in though from ZQK. Zevi's been picked off. Reelson luckily keeping the man advantage afloat for Sharks. And JNT's been able to rotate to a different position, transitioning from decon over to the double door stairs. And now comes the attack, running right through. Catches ZQK alone, fast and trying to pick up the trade kill if possible. And going down the stairs, didn't see anybody, didn't get his opportunity on the JNT. So now with 20 seconds left, they're just hoping they start making mistakes. And that quick play from Lukowski getting spotted and brought down by Fasten. Ball plant can come through the smoke, but it's denied by JNT, who's had a brilliant round here. Looked a little scary at the start of the round for him, but recovers well and finds lots of impact.
Counter-terrorists win.
Fasten's got to make sure he doesn't die after time, and he will be fine in doing so. 2-0 start for Sharks. Awkward spot for Fasten now, where he saves and doesn't get much money. That was a shot from ZQK. Great one with the scout, but doesn't lead to anything too significant. And yeah, Farston's going to have less money than the rest of the team now. He's actually dropped that MP9 over to one of his teammates to allow them to have 2 guns with Kevlar in this round. See if they can make the most of them, though, because Sharks have got a lot of premium rifles on their side.
What, reels in, trying to hold the ramp run down. Pistols trying to run over the top of him, but the Org is handling it well here from Hell. Zevi and Lakowski cleaning up the round. 3-0 for Sharks. Like I predicted earlier on, Alex, they do get those early rounds on the board, but Imperial are now coming into things with the purchase. They'll have the AKs out, utility available, and the AWP in the hands of ZQK.
Couple of nades missing because of that awkward economy earlier where Farston ended up surviving. Imperial's also missing out on the helmet, so hopefully those issues don't come back to cost them in this round. Bukowski going down the vents. JNT getting a smoke to try and use as a one-way. There's a little gap in this that he can work with. He threw this himself to see if Imperial would give him these fights. Looks like Imperial might be aware of that fact, though. Zevi got to be careful, and he is. First fight goes the way of Sharks.
So QK looking to be the man that pulls that initial kill back if possible. He spots the arm and he's quick. Zevi shows a bit and goes down. Lakowski at door is quick to snap up Peria, though. He wants a second. They've now spotted each other in this engagement. Chow and Lakowski. Lakowski looking for the pick, but Chow just confident, swinging into the A site via the door. The killers come in and Exit's actually just dropped down from heaven. He doesn't want to play from the higher position, instead trying to get the flank on through the main spot. They're going to run back. There's 2 CTs in ramp, and that bomb's all the way back in lobby. So it's actually even outside. It's further. ZQK was also confused, and now Chow, he gets caught by the double push through ramp, and ZQK trying to run back into lobby. He's the bomb carrier. He needs to time this perfectly with his teammate on the double peek, and in fact, he's got a chance in the 1v1 fight. Now JNT peeking out, dropping the bomb again, but it's a 1 versus 2. Fasten versus Exit, who's repositioned back mid, and he's perfectly set himself up for that. 4-0 for Sharks.
Bit of active play coming in from Sharks, getting aggressive at the right time. If those 2 players pushing into ramp don't get to spot that bomb, if they don't get to spot those players, Imperial might have been able to bypass that. If they had the bomb with them earlier, maybe they get onto a site sooner. Maybe those Sharks players are more removed from the round, but Sharks picked the spot at the right time for the aggression. Imperial already taking an early timeout. I think you can see they are somewhat disappointed with how that round played out. They know that they should have the ability to potentially outposition Sharks on some of these rounds on Nuke. And in that one, just a couple of silly mistakes coming back to cost them. So they will be down to pistols ahead of round number 5. A couple of smokes invested, a couple of flashes bought by ZQK. And you never know, these rounds can sometimes cause some difficulty for the CTs.
Reels in just trying to discourage the aggression into ramp, just throwing a flash, smoke in, just to try and keep them in behind it. A nade now as well. You don't want to go here, but all that's doing is letting them know he has used up a good bit of utility now on ramp. Reels in might just be pressured and more than he can handle. Good position for it. Jumping around the corner, B-hopping into his crosshair. Reelson doesn't get a kill. Zevi not picking one up either. And now trying to reposition, dropping back further into hell. Now multiple players. The pistols running down the upper, trying his best to stay alive, but the knife kill coming in. Peria just stabs him right in the abdomen. Now a 4v3 with that nade reaching its mark.
Exit still playing in from squeaky doors. ZQK was able to get away with one, but not before Exit spots him and is able to trade him out. Imperial's hoping someone strays into his crosshair, but that's looking less and less likely as Sharks get aggressive into the lobby. They've got enough map control that they feel like they can concede this bomb plant and comfortably play for retake. And they do still have a full set of nades on JNT. That could be important here.
Oh, nice. Showtime's got an M4. They're doubled up here in this position. Going to go for the boost to try and get Imperial a better spot, better vantage position. Just taking their time on this one. CT's just sitting back, of course. Not going forward. At the door, JNT's got into position up at Heaven as well. Now wrapping the side together as a unit. The kills are coming in, though, for the T side. Showtime Imperial locking this one out. And both stuck in the back of the site, but they are difficult to force out. It's like the battle of the 300, Alex.
That's such an annoying round for Sharks because they've cleared out every other position effectively. There is nowhere else those T's can be other than on the site itself, but they can't coordinate it quite right. JNT thought he had a strong position on the Heaven flank, but Piria's in lands a couple of AWP shots from the site itself. Imperial do a solid job at working together and just winning their fights in those individual aspects. If one of them loses one of those battles, all of a sudden it becomes way more difficult for the one to win the clutch. But instead, they keep both alive. And now Sharks are on their last legs here in terms of their economy. They've had to buy what they can, but if they lose this one, Imperial could start to get a streak going.
We were looking earlier, Alex, at their stats, and Sharks don't exactly perform too well on the T side, so we would be liking them to pick up some early rounds on the CT side and get the ball rolling here, especially after losing the first map. And Reels in, spotting a couple of players at ramp again. They really are starting to pressure his position often. He's dropped down. Can he hold on? He's not really in the best position to fall back now. Needs to frag out. He only gets the one kill. Zebby's rotated down into lower.
As has JNT. Quick kill with a FAMAS, but his teammate can't hold the site successfully. Here comes the AK, though. JNT with a second on the round. ZQK has to hunt him down. The Glock's successful in doing so, but Luke Housie is sticking around here close to the bomb plant. He hears it, but he can't line it up.
It looked like he was going to have the right lineup there, but not getting it done. Changes it up at the last second. Exit coming back in from ramp. He has that flashbang. That's going to go deep into the site, and Fasten moving forward. Oh, they might just trade positions here. I don't think he's going to expect this aggressive stance from Fasten, but he misses his chance. Oh, Exit turns back and gets the kill. Now ZQK with one down Decon. He's repositioned to the double door, and he stays alive on the cross. Exit jumping down into the site. The time is ticking. The AWP swings out, and a nice fast flick coming in from ZQK. It's a second round for Imperial. It's labored, but they get it over the line.
Wow, ZQK tries to peek the bomb. The CT does a great job at getting far away from the bomb quickly to make it as hard as possible for ZQK to react. But he comes through with an incredible round. Some of these shots, really tight angles. The last one you barely even get to see because ZQK comes through with a huge quad kill. And that puts Sharks down in the dumps. They've only got USPs ahead of this one, and they've already lost that initial duel.
Nice. Good catch. One player at secret for Reels in. Ooh. What would be your favorite sport at school, Alex, on the topic of catching? Any sport, like real sport you would enjoy? Like to play or compete in?
I played a bit of basketball.
Yeah, basketball's fun.
But it's good fun.
No, it's the taking part that counts, Alex. That's what we all learn.
Exactly.
Fasten. It's going to be going deeper and deeper. Let's check JNT, who potentially could have found something there with a USP in a bit of a difficult position. Fasten down lower at Hell. It's got Showtime coming in as well. Just a full wrap of Heaven. They're not really wanting to give up anything here. You don't want to lose anybody. Fasten with a good headshot. Exit. Goes down. Sevi. Now the last remaining player in the 1v5. And he will fall to Shao. 3 rounds on the board for Imperial. And like you said, Alex, once they won that first one, they had the opportunity to go on a bit of a tear. Now we commit to this one, investment back in for Sharks.
Missing that AWP on the CT side. We'll be about to buy up some more nades. I assume JNT is about to buy up another set of utility. Not as much as they might have wanted, though. Could be quite difficult to counter some of these faster plays. Imperial might be looking for one of those faster plays. They've put that smoke down to try and see if they can get out through door, and they've done so. Imperial's in with an early kill, and here comes the push.
Oh, exit burning, but getting 2 kills before he goes down. And he's burnt to a crisp. ZQK down to the lower site. He's going to get this bomb planted. And AWP in the clutch here. It's going to be difficult with multiple players coming in from the same position. Running through the vent, not making any secret about where they're going. And ZQK coming now in behind. They're on the side. Smoke onto the side as well. Now peeking out. That's the 1v1 he wanted, but the bomb is being diffused. The smoke is making things difficult as well for an AWP to spam through. It didn't even get around the corner before Lakowski hits the headshot.
Another difficult spot for ZQK. Another fantastic shot onto the first man. He looks like he is dialed in today on Nuke. This was that early aggression. Exit got the information from his teammate to spam through the smoke. And then just standing in the flames, the composure to get 2 kills there. Excellent for Sharks to get off to a good start. Not easy to stand in the molly and know that you're going to die any second and just hope that the players push you, but they do. And he's able to spray them both down. So Imperial finally forced back a bit. Sharks getting a 5th round win, but there's still plenty of cash for Imperial to get a good investment into this one. And that was a round where they tried to switch up, right? They tried that faster A play. We got a boost going, Dinko. This is going to see heaven. I don't think there's anyone there. Oh, it's nades.
Yeah, it's nades onto site. Yeah, the molly comes in as well. Try and clear out that back spot. And actually, it's quite good because Sharks have been playing the player there a few times. So just trying to clear that out. And this boost as well, not really working out. So just overall, nice ideas out of Imperial. Just saddest that nothing's really coming out of it, unfortunately. I never see a kill come from that boost, Alex. You know, the most I'll see is a leg shot. Unfortunately, you just never really get to see it work out for a kill. But they're going to walk into the site. And it's Lakowski up on top of the rafters. 1 player top hut as well for the defensive side. Imperial have got to clear the site. They've been methodical at the start of the round. Will they be so when they attack into the A site?
Exit playing this advanced angle. Another smoke goes down onto door. Imperial looking to pressure ramp on top of the A pressure, and Zevi has rotated over with the AWP. There's 2 CTs here on the hold. Realsin getting comfortable to go off the back of this, but the A play taking a risk, and it's not paid off for them. JNT was waiting on the other side of the smoke, and Realsin still seeing he can spot this player. He wins the fight, and it's a clean sweep for Sharks.
Yeah, that one never really got going, unfortunately. You know, they had the nice idea at the start. They go for the boost, the nade stack into the back of the site. Then they're setting up for the A execute. And never really came through just due to being smoked off consistently. Sharks hanging on to the util really well. That's a very solid job done by them. I actually feel like over on the CT side, a slight weakness could actually be the ramp. You know, they haven't really been finding as much output as you would want, or haven't been as efficient as you would like sometimes on that ramp hold. Maybe initially with Realsin, you know, just not getting the first kill, but also Zevi on the rotation hasn't been patching up the hole as effectively as you would have liked. So maybe a faster play here from Imperial could catch them off. They're actually just walking outside with the smokes down into secret. JNT is rotated down here, and the smoke holding them off for the meantime.
Zevi was focusing on that exit from secret. He's going to go back to see if he can spot anyone. JNT making the most of his nades early to slow down any attempted aggression. Using that molly as a chance to reposition. Imperial yet to make any decisive move in this round, but they are going to continue to clear out these angles. The boost makes it easier. That will be heard, I think, by JNT on the other side. That molly certainly will be. So JNT will be dialed in on this angle.
JNT down on the stairs. It's a good first headshot. Unfortunately, can't get more than that. So that is going to allow the T side to now push into the B side. Reelson rotating down from his starting position of ramp into the rafters on the B bomb side. Zevy's down here as well. Can they get anything? The answer is just quickly no. Reelson now having to do it all. His AWPer not finding any success, so Reelson hoping he can find them, and that's 2 big kills from him. Exit swinging into the bomb site, just 1 player left alive, and it's Chow down to 7 HP. The nade comes in and locks in the round for Sharks.
Lovely work from the man on the site. I think it was Reelson who got those 2 kills. Just if you can find a spot where you can get a quick double on that B site, if you can just overperform like that, it can make a big difference on that hold. Sharks are allowed a bit more time to rotate. The other players get into position. And because they'd already brought it down to a 4v4, getting a 2K from the site puts you in a really good spot. And that shot from Zevy puts Sharks in a nice spot at the start of this round. They're only up against Deagles, but getting that man advantage is always nice.
Followed up as well. Across the board, finding every kill. Imperial is trying to get some jewels. Finally, one has gone their way. Chow taking J&T. It's quickly found in reply by Exit. So now just ZQK left alone in a 1v4 with the Deagle. Spots the AWPer, hits the shots. 2 landed on the Deagle. Not enough to bring down the AWPer, unfortunately. So now challenge it into main and Exit. And a good position. 8 rounds for Sharks. They're doing well on the CT side here.
Buyback for Imperial, but they really haven't found any consistent success on this half. Think back to some of their round wins. There was that ZQK round where he just went huge with the AWP. It's felt like it's come more off of individuals than anything else. Kyrgyzstan's had a couple of nice rounds where he's got early kills, but we haven't seen the same consistent performance that we wanted to see out of Showtime. We've loved how consistent he's been through this tournament. It feels like he's always near the top of the board. This is the one map where he hasn't had that same excellent level of performance. Hopefully that can change for Imperial's sake, because they've got some early ground over on Yard. They force Sharks to have a think about that. And Kyrgyzstan getting another early kill. That's great.
Imperial, another one for him. Shao holding the hut aggression as well. And these are nice kills to be finding for Imperial. Not really having to sweat too much. And Chow was ready for the second player at hut. Exit couldn't do anything about that. Chow was just ready for it, peeking out to the left side. And now Zevy stuck with the AWP. He's on B at the meantime. I mean, 55 seconds. So much time still for Imperial to play with. He definitely needed to get on the board here as well. It's been Sharks. Round after round win. Imperial coming in with a clean one here, and it has come at the perfect time for them as well, Alex, because you take a look at their money, it's not great. You know, if you lose a couple of players here, your economy is definitely going to take a hit. It's rebuys, you can't really afford to be going for it. Keep all 5 players alive here, and they will. That's a lot of money left over in reserve now, and they don't even have to reinvest in a lot of utility either. Some players don't even have to use all that much. Should be giving so many easy kills in lobby. Imperial just making this play on B.
Definitely a risk taken to go down vents like that. And I think a lot of these rounds for Imperial seem to come down to sometimes their aggressive rifle is opening things up. At least on this game, that is largely where some of their success has come from. You know, Kyrgyzstan getting 2 early kills in this round, that's what leads to the round win more than anything else. And I think that's part of why Showtime hasn't had that same level of performance, because it's either the aggressive riflers take a risk and it pays off for them early in the round, or it's the aggressive riflers go down early, and then if Showtime's going to be that passive player we've been talking about, it's not going to be easy for him to come back into the round. Those are some bad smokes on Yard. There's a big gap in them, but they're going to try and see if they can wrap into main.
Oh, a J&T. That's one. Exit up the rafters. Oh my god, he's going to double kill, 3rd kill as well. Could transfer down that. Good clean hold from Exit. He's fighting every spot he could right there up in the rafters, and up 9 rounds now. It'll be 9-4. Imperial needed that round. Unfortunately, back-to-back, it just didn't go their way. So, Sharks, you're still on for a pretty good half here on the CT side. They could even get 10 rounds if possible. If they win this round, Alex, it's actually more likely they find 11 rounds at the half. We were talking about how weak their T side can be, just looking at some of the stats. That'll be huge for them. They'll give them the best chance moving forward. Imperial trying to get out. Oh, he's out into the A site. Somehow still alive here. He's got a kill. They don't even know he's out in the A site. So much confusion created by these smokes. So much going on in this round. Missed shot from ZQK, but somehow we're at a 2v2. There's traded positions. The CTs are in lobby and the bomb's on A. This round is just mental.
ZQK is going to get that bomb planted. It doesn't look like Imperial have that full info that both players are in lobby, so they're looking at Heaven, they're looking at main, but ZQK is about to spot one of these players out. Quick flick to the first, and reels in. Has to try and win this 1 or 2. Sneaking in, the timing is excellent, but ZQK gets the AWP out and hits him with the no-scope.
What is that round? Just the smokes down. Piri is running right through 2 smokes a door. I thought, oh, he's dead to rights. The main player was spamming him down low. I think he had 21 HP heading into the site. Somehow they just lose track of him. Look how he's looking at main, and Piri's just in the site just killing people. And then they all switch positions. The CTs have found themselves in lobby, and the T's onto the A site. What a wild round. And heading into the last round of the half, it's a fight outside as well. Headbutting each other. Exit with 1. He's gonna try and get a second one as the damage is bullets everywhere. What is this? It's just a pure brawl outside. It's a 3v3 again, just equal blows back and forth, but finally JNT will get the advantage for his team. It's on Fasting to try and win out the clutch. He collects his first victim, a second opportunity. And the MP9 holder of Lakowski and main, his teammate has now backed him up. Reels him playing at old vent, CT vent, as some people call it. Now Fastin starting to move forward. Lakowski's in this left corner of main. Does Fastin check this? Oh, he's looked away, and that MP9 will rattle him to his death. Crazy last 2 rounds there. It's time for a short break. We all need to catch our breaths. We'll be right back with the second half.
I never back down, I keep it on track. It's the same day with no problems. I keep rising from the bottom, cause when the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear that sound. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Yes, every day was a war. Yeah, it kinda took a while. When they tell me I should stay, I just jump with a smile. Yeah, it's hard until you notice. Everybody's got their moment. When the sun comes up and I look around, I can feel that love, I can hear the sound. Listen up. They're never gonna hold me down, I'm higher than the ceiling now. And then I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Cause I got no problems. Do you feel a little down? Say it. No problems. Let you in, but you out. Sing it. No problems. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, cause I got no problem. They're never gonna hold me down. I'm higher than the ceiling now. Have none I need to worry about, cause I got no problems. I know it's gonna be alright. It's getting better every time. Nobody's gonna kill my vibe, cause I got no
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half. It's Sharks 10-5 up. They need a good start, and they've got it heading into Nuke. Now they look to try and continue it going into the second half. Alex, T-side is where they've had their struggles. Well, they've got to show us they've got something up their sleeve to get us to a third map, and it's a fast play into the A side.
Oh dear, Showtime hasn't seemed to have reacted. That's awkward. Fastin helping him out though. It's a 3v2 turn 2v2. And the bomb dropped by Fastin. 3 kills. He switches out to the Glock for the end of the round. And Imperial end up coming away with the pistol round win, even though it looked like Showtime might have lagged out there. He's still with us. He's still here. We're good.
He's still here. Yeah, it's all good. He's 4-13. I mean, Showtime's generally the player we all want to step up, right? You can't really look past that in individual performance when you consider that he is the big player for this team, right? We always talk about Showtime delivering for the roster. If he's not here, that's a big problem for Imperial. Chow just chopping Sevi's head off in the air. Imperial getting one on the MP9. Just 2 Glocks and a Deagle right now for Sharks, and they've lost 2 players to begin with, so should be a nice round here for the defensive side. You should be up to 7. The fact that they're actually playing relatively close in terms of scoreline now, you know, 10-7, still a good chance here. If Showtime can show up on the CT side, Imperial's problems could all go away. So nice there from Shao. There's a little lineup on the 2 players, 10-7.
All those cleanup kills come through. But all that means is that Sharks will get AKs out sooner. Have themselves 3 bought up ahead of round 18. Imperial are sticking with some of their weaker weapons. It is nice for Imperial that they don't lose players in that previous round. Now they have good money in the bank, so it's an easy decision here just to keep these bonus weapons and not fully invest. Have a bit of money behind, you should be able to buy even if you lose this one. Obviously, Imperial will be hoping they can get the win, though. Passive setup for Sharks early in this round. Just waiting a second before throwing these yard smokes, making sure they don't get countered by any nades, but there's a molly remaining, and that's opened up a big gap in those smokes.
A huge gap in that smoke. And Shao's trying to peer through it. Now ZQK hit the shot, but the follow-up smoke comes through. Luckily, the teamwork pays off there. You know, the initial shot from the scout is not enough to get the kill, but the spam through is. And they get their 1 kill. Now Showtime down here just jump spotting. Tip to anybody watching right now as well. You want to jump spot and hit your head off this roof so you're not in the air for too long, right? It makes you a much more difficult target to hit. That's what Showtime's doing right now.
The boost could change that angle, though, and Showtime realizes it's time to back out of there once he sees that man come over the top. Reels in on this pressure lurk on the A site. If he gets this kill, which he will, that could cause issues for the CT. Showtime only able to get 1. JNT goes straight up the vents because he knows that A site is open, but Peria's in could be about to change that. 2 kills on the MP9, and Lukowski, well, he wants to go back to B, but he doesn't have the bomb in his hands right now.
And the amount of times Peria just bails his team out and just gets them out of these holes, it's unbelievable, right? He's just such a good player at turning the tides for the team. Right there, Sharks looked like they were on for the A side, but then Peria just comes in and gets 2 impactful kills. He had big clutches in the previous map of Mirage, also on the T side, delivering some great moments. He's a very impactful player. We're gonna see these kills again, and just look at that, Alex. Just beautiful stuff from Peria.
And just like that, it feels like Imperial have put themselves in a really good position here on Nuke. Didn't take much for it, but they're only 2 rounds down. They're going to build up some money. Sharks are the ones who have issues with their economy, but with the low buy, they're going to try the fast A play. They got chewed up by those early nades, though.
Fascin and Xiao getting a lot of kills here for the CT side, but the T's have certainly found themselves a good chance. They've picked up the AKs. Imperia, he's about to come around the backside here with the AK. Could he be the difference maker again? Oh, he spotted 1 player looking the wrong way. JNT just hits the deck. And now Exit has to worry about main, but there's a flank coming in Heaven as well. You know, he had to worry about the Heaven player, but they've just actually backed off now. They're not going to be playing aggressive into the site. They'll let him have it. They'll play together. Trying to double up and win the round out that way. Exit's on 30 HP as well. No Kevlar. He's going to try and go to the lower site.
Oh, this is looking good for him to get a bomb plant. Imperial remain focused on the A side of the map. Exit about to punch in the digits. That should give the information away. Peria's in. Was coming down secret. He's just gone back up, though. I think just now Imperial realized, yes, it is a B play. They can confirm. And Exit is going to be trapped on the site for this post plant. Not an easy position to play, especially when Peria's in has a nade, but he's just thrown it. So he can sit here and wait.
They're both running in. Yeah, he's also got that molly, so like you said, Alex, this is the pressure moment, just buying the time, staying alive. They're not checking him, but they've got the smoke onto the site now, and they're going to defuse in the smoke, and the kill from Imperia secures it.
Good work from Imperial, figuring out how to play that retake, working in tandem the entire time. Sticking together ends up working out for them in that scenario. But got to remember, that was a weak buy for Sharks where they went for the fast A aggression. A lot of nade damage landed onto them early, and they were still able to get some kills. They were still able to make it a very close one. Now we'll get to see if Sharks have a chance for some similar success now that they've got the full guns out.
Reelson just seems to be waiting for the sign to go. And there we go. The call's in. They're just going to run into the A side fast and now holding for the back of the bomb site. He'll be overrun. Reelson and Lukowski finding success early for Sharks. That's locked the CTs out. Did they even go for this now that they've lost 2 players without a single kill in the A hold? The answer is just no. They're not going to go for it. They're going to save into the next one. Backing off at a CT spawn. And that's just an effective pounce on the A site.
That's more like it for Sharks. And that's one of the nice things when you go for the fast A play with just the pistols in the previous round, and maybe you don't have even the full nades that you would like to run that fast A play. If you find some success with that, if you find some early kills in the previous round, even if you don't get the round win, it gives you some information. It gives you an idea that maybe it's worth going for a similar play once you get the AKs out. You know, perhaps Sharks see that previous round and think to themselves, okay, we got some early kills onto A previously. If we do that same play with AKs, we can win those fights more comfortably, more convincingly. Imperial didn't have counter utility ready to deny that fast push. A couple of players get blind on the site, and they can never get the chance to pull the trigger as they would have wanted. So Sharks finding some success on their T side. An 11th round win goes their way, but Imperial reply with a double AWP setup into this next.
Furia at ramp. He's the player with the AWP. One of them at least trying to hold on to the ramp room. He's got this right side angle, hoping he can catch the player swinging out, but they're not going to go towards ramp, instead backing off into the lobby. Still so much time for Sharks to play with. Smoke again into door. Trying to buy some extra time here. Slowing Sharks down again. Chow now playing over at Secret. The outside play from Shark seems to come through as the deeper smokes again. Incendiary up into the red box. Try and keep them from going to that position. And ZQK going for the shots through the smoke. Nothing landed.
Continues to fire those pot shots through.
Faston's going to be under pressure here. Luckily, Showtime's is back to the side, but he's only got 5 kills. It would be a great time for him to step up. He is alone now. He's got 1. Flash out as well. Good kill from Showtime. A second picked up. Finally brought down through the smoke. It's a 2v2 again, but now just Exit. At the vent, one player lies. One in heaven as well. He spotted the barrel of the AWP. He knows one is up there. He can't quite get the shot, and finally, his chance is there. Exit now aware of the second whereabouts and not lining it up perfectly with the crosshair placement. And that's going to be Imperial up to 10 rounds.
It's not even the double up setup that makes the difference there. It's the rifles that come out with the majority of the kills, having to hold that A site. Sharks try and feign some presence elsewhere. They try and draw Imperial away from A, make them think it's not going to be that explosive A push, but they end up going back to the A site, and this time Imperial are able to prove they can hold that position. They can lock it down. That might mean that Sharks have to try something else in this one. Two players running down Secret. ZQK can't deny them, and Periazin will spot them out early.
ZQK, I'd like to see him deliver from this spot at least one kill. Just back your teammate up, set Fury up for success, draw the attention away from the rifler. Smoke into window at the control room. We'll slow again, but Sharks are going into this lower site. They've only got one player elsewhere up on the outside position. Period, just patiently waiting, calling information to his teammate again. ZQK coming back through. That smoke did buy them some time, but now you really do want this kill if possible. ZQK having to stay passive. They've lost control of that control room. And now Period, he's going to be under much more pressure with his teammate smoked off. Chow falling. Lakowski just coming in with a headshot. ZQK was completely brought out of that round just by utility. And the T side find all the important kills in this lower site. Showtime and ZQK left trying to clutch at straws. Showtime has picked up one, and now the AWPer has to deal with this close position of Realzin.
25 seconds, ZQK not wanting to scope in. Wants to give the impression he may have moved. Sharks have got to get that bomb down here. Showtime winning a further fight. In comes ZQK, and Realzin trying to see if he can pounce, but the time's against him. He is going to get the first kill, and Showtime realizes he may not even have to do anything to win this. 4 seconds left. There's no time. He can survive and win the round for Imperial. It was looking bad for them. It was looking like they were down and out, but finally Showtime shows up with some impact, and that's what we've been waiting for.
Oh, the Sharks just don't get the bomb planted. They just don't get the bomb out onto the site. They get all the important kills, but Showtime, you know, he's had a very quiet game so far, but that's an impactful round out of him. And he's tied up the scoreline again here for Imperial. ZQK does a good job at staying alive as well. It doesn't throw away his life needlessly. You know, even though you would have felt a lot of pressure to try and help your teammate out there in the form of Imperial, he doesn't budge. He just stays alive in behind the smokes, doesn't make any mistakes, and good for him because he's utilized in the late round, but they've walked right through the smoke. Period. Those turn back. Spots Realzin, and this aggressive play really allowing Showtime's confidence to come up now. 2 kills for him and an absolute shutdown for Imperial.
Imperial the ones getting aggressive in this round, and even when that flash at ramp wasn't as effective as they wanted it to be, Periazin runs through the smoke to begin with, clearing out those front angles which the flash was aimed at, and he's still able to turn around and find that player close on the smoke. Then, once they have the ramp control, the lobby aggression is so much easier because you don't have to worry about that angle on the right side. You can focus in on the left-hand side of things. Makes it a lot easier for those players to push in and take some favorable fights, and that's exactly what Imperial do. That first fight that goes the way of Periazin makes all the difference there. If he doesn't win that fight at ramp, maybe the lobby players pushing aren't as comfortable. Maybe they don't decide to go aggressive. But once that right side is cleared out, they go for the play with confidence. And Sharks don't have the ability to deal with it.
We'll see what they have up their sleeve in this one. Lakowski with the AK, the rest on pistols here with some Kevlar, a little bit of utility in play here for the Sharks. They have got to come snapping into this one. Flash. Here comes the fast play. Explosive into the A side for Sharks. They cleared out the backside. Player fast and again getting caught, but Showtime. Oh, he's damn close to getting the second, but only the 1 kill for him. Now Period coming in from behind, but he's caught between 2 players, and they're just getting overwhelmed right now. Another mistake made up heaven, and the peek from ZQK getting caught. It's Chow left alone. Haven't yet planted the bomb. He's got 3 Ts to try and pick up. The bomb is on the site. Xiao now moving forward into the winning arms of Exit. And Sharks with one foul swoop snap up the A site.
It's the only success that Sharks have been finding here on their T side. The only rounds they've been winning are on those fast A plays. And I just get the feeling Imperial are overreacting to this slightly. As soon as they lose the initial fight, I think Periods doesn't need to push in that quickly to lobby. You know, even if you let the bomb be planted, if you can just sit in lobby, that's the only real position they can play that's positive in the post plant. So you can maybe just wait for them to come to you. Bide some time, take your time on the retake. You have the nades, you have the weapons. But Imperial, I think they've just been conditioned to try and quickly rotate over to A, to try and quickly plug that gap, because those early trades has often gone against them. And you kind of see that coming through in that round. And it looks like in this one, Dinko, we may have a full start here. I don't think we're live.
No, this would be a pretty weird round if we were live, Alex. It's the new meta. Stay at T-spawn. At this point, Imperial have pushed so much on the CT side, maybe it might work.
CT economy is lacking ahead of this round for what it's worth.
Well, it seems to be fixed very quickly, so great to see. We're getting back into the action. No lull in the game. We're getting right back in. Like you said, CT economy is on its last legs, and Sharks just teasing us here. Tack timeout coming through. Terrible economy right now for Imperial.
Over on the Sharks side of things, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we did say in the first half their T side of Nuke has not been so hot, with that 22% win rate on their T rounds so far.
Still better than a map win rate.
Slightly.
Yeah, it's not looked nice. It's not been a pretty picture based on the statistics here for Sharks. But if they win this round, Alex, the economy's gone for Imperial. Should be 2 rounds up before Sharks, so could get themselves in a decent spot to try and close out this map.
Still need to see an ability for Sharks to win a round where they don't just go fast into the A site. Maybe get these yard smokes going, but Xiao has snuck up close. For Shark's sake, I hope if they go yard, they don't overlook that, because even if it's just a P250, it could be a real nuisance. And this is a hefty stack for Imperial. They've got quite a few players focused on yard.
Challenge is pushed up close to this P250. You want to try and get something out of this setup with him, Imperial. Now it's going to get hard checked. Headshot as well from J&T. Beautiful shots from Sharks. Nothing got out of that outside setup. I thought for sure that we're going to get at least 1 kill. Maybe they trade it quickly on Sharks, but they just know exactly what to do. They spot the left player, they hard check the boxes, Perius swings out slightly, gets dropped immediately. And Sharks, they're looking good at the start of this one.
Oh, Imperial taking a risk, leaving that ramp open, leaving the B side of the map open, and Sharks have found that weak point. They're going to exploit it. No way that Imperial can get back to this site in time. Sharks should be getting this bomb down any second, and considering Imperial have a couple of rifles in their hands, definitely worth saving at this point. You stack the A site, you hope they come to A, as they have been often in this game, but if they don't, you go ahead and save for a rainy day. So with Sharks regaining control of the economy, this is giving them their best chance to try and close out this map.
Good that Imperial can save the weapons here, though. You're still having those 3 rifles always makes the round deadly. You know what Imperial can do with a little. So no round is free here for Sharks, but they are in the best position to try and get 14. Just this outside clear as well from Zevi, knowing, okay, we might be up against, well, we are up against this weaker buy, so just be careful about some of this outside aggression. You just check all of these nooks and crannies. And they don't lose anybody. Good stuff from Sharks. Now we go into a very important round. They get this over the line. They seem to be just in touching distance, really, of that third map. So Sharks in a great spot. We'll see if Imperial can do anything with the weapons they've got here. 3 M4s. Utility is a big problem here. You know, they don't have any utility on the CT side.
Relying on their individuals to carry them through this one. Sharks look to go back to some smokes on yard. They went for those closer wall of smokes in the previous round. Taking their time in this one, but finally deploying those smokes similar to the previous round, using 3 to get this control. This time Imperial aren't as aggressively fighting for yard, playing behind the wall of smokes. And in the meantime, Sharks putting some pressure on this A site, and that is drawing the attention of Imperial, but Fasting gets aggressive and gets caught out because of it.
Yeah, Fasting can sometimes make those kind of plays. Didn't really get anything from it at all. Showtime and ZQK, though, getting a couple of kills back. Still 3v2, favoring the T side. Showtime trying to take this main fight. Hasn't worked out for him. So now Pyria, can he make the difference to the team? The answer is just no. Lakowski bringing him down. And Sharks, they get those 2 rounds they're talking about. They get it over the line against some of these lower tier buys. And it's 14-12. Imperial have money here to go for rifles. They're not going to have the most ideal buy. They're going to be lacking on utility. They're not going to have that AWP. They've got an MP9 in play as well. Not the best buy here for Imperial. But if they win it, they get a chance back into things. If not, Sharks up to map point, likely taking us to a third.
Pressure is on for Imperial ahead of this one. QK and Showtime both having a look towards door. Showtime taking a bit of damage for his troubles. Ooh, he's repositioning, getting up close. Hasn't taken any damage from the spam. Sharks keeping their options open though. Just putting out a bit of pressure onto A to begin with, but they've got players at ramp. They've got players all over the map right now. Imperial's in having to hold up close with the MP9, but Zevi looking into yard with the AWP. And remember, there's no sniper on the Imperial side to counter this, just the AUG of ZQK.
They've got that secret player though, and these smokes might just negate that problem anyway, so it really does fall down to Shout. Changing up his position, he's actually retreating into the lower side, throwing a smoke down, hoping that's going to be enough to keep them back. It is, they're not committing to it just yet, we're grouping up instead. Waiting for everybody to be in the right position before they challenge into the lower bomb site. Shout now using that jump spot. Not spotting anything just yet, but with 25 seconds, spots the players. That should be info now that the B play will be coming through. They've got 2 players down here. Pyria with the MP9 only getting the 1 kill. The lineup on the M4 not good for more than 1 either. And Sharks now stand in a 3 versus 1. ZQK in the back of lobby as the bomb ticks on in the B site. It's map point for Sharks here on Nuke. They're looking to send us to that third.
Imperial getting a couple of players in position on the B site. Did a decent job at being able to work together, but unable to get more than 1 kill on that spray down, which is kind of what was required. The rest of the Sharks players able to spot out, snuff out some of those rotations. I think Imperial might not have fully believed it was going to be the B play there, especially when there's only 25 seconds or so left, and that's when you start to see Sharks rushing towards that B site. I think Imperial might have assumed Sharks would end up going back up to A at some point, which has been the focus of this T side so far for Sharks, but this time they follow through into B, and Imperial can't stop it from happening. 15-12 for Sharks. Imperial are down to a weakened buy on what could be the last round of this map.
It's very likely indeed. He's got my number, lads. Imperial Jr. and Real met 10 times on Mirage. Imperial Jr. won 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's a pretty one-sided battle right there. Big clouds. Getting into this one, Sharks would certainly like to close it out now. They don't want to have to try and fight for the last few rounds to get it over the line, let Imperial into it again. You want to close it out right here, right now, and send us to that third map. Spot in the grand finals in this series as well. Whoever wins this goes ahead and finds themselves in the grand final of a $30,000 event. The other in the lower bracket having to go the longer route.
Sharks not falling back on that A rush when they need a round win the most. They're happy to play the slow game, which has worked for them in the last couple of round wins. Molly down to clear out the close red position. Couple of nades being used by Sharks, but they still have plenty left up their sleeve. Exit going back up towards T-Roof. Again, not much activity on the map early in this round. Sharks happy to run down the clock. Under a minute left, they'll start to make their move.
Starting to walk outside. Molly going in behind the smoke again to prevent J&T from using the full time on these smokes to get down secret. The mass position could be huge from Zhao. Not expecting him in there. J&T goes down. Man advantage. Opened up into round 28 for Imperial. Now this boost could work out as well. Pyria bringing down one. They know he's there. He should be dead to rights, but it has created a little bit of a distraction and space for his teammate to come in. ZQK stepping up with Yogg. And now it's on Exit and Lukowski trying to win the round for Sharks, but it's not going their way. Imperial still ticking on. It's down to Exit, 24 and 15. He has been so impressive for this team, but 9 seconds left, running right into the A site. Fatson hits the headshot, 15 to 13. Sharks will not close it out in this one. They have got money for another buy, but Imperial live on.
Good adaptation from Imperial in that round, having Xiao in secret. That fight was the one that was going to decide so much of that round. As soon as he wins it, he can call to his teammates. There's no one else here. These yard smokes haven't been followed up on. So watch out for those other positions. And Imperial makes sure to heed that warning. They get players into position. 2 players on ramp, establishing the crossfires. Even though it was generally even trades early in the proceedings, they already had the man advantage to work with. So the even trades are fine for them. They stack a couple of players down on B, thinking it was going to be the full follow-through, but even the one man on A at the end, Farsin, is able to close out the round. Sharks have gone for those yard smokes in a couple of rounds there too, so I like the switch up of having the man in secret, ready to meet them, ready to try and deny them. It works out in that round, but now we'll see if Sharks decide it's time to switch up their game plan.
It's actually cool as well for Imperial that works out for them, because the times they've tried to switch up their outside setups and tried to switch up the aggression, Sharks have actually been ready for it. You know, a couple of rounds where they've put a player aggressive outside, where Sharks have just cleared it, knew he was there, or just were methodical, but they were not expecting that secret adaptation. So really good job from Imperial. It's got them another round here, but can they get overtime? Still 2 rounds to find. Sharks, they have the money. They have the buy again. Lukowski up on top of the silo. He's the only player, well, actually second player now reviving near outside. Sharks probably just playing a default here. Setting up with some utility from Zevi into the A site. Exit waiting at Hut. And J&T far back in lobby.
Silence across the map. Finally a smoke deployed to break that silence. A couple more coming through. Imperial not playing that man in secret this time round. Although there are a couple of players at Yard trying to deny, but Sharks are going back over towards A, lining up some nades. This fast A play hasn't come through in a while. They're going to rely on it here.
Faston getting a double lineup though from that one position. That's huge. Luckily, Sharks trading out equally. J&T and Exit getting into the 3v3. Bomb planted. Shells drop down. He's down inside of the sight from Heaven. He should have been able to hear that, but no. Shao hits the headshot. JNT not ready for him. And now Exit close by, getting checked as well. It's all on Zevi. AK in hand, but he's spotted by ZQK. And Imperial continue to stay afloat here on Nuke.
This time showing a bit more resistance on the initial push. And I think that's part of what makes them more comfortable sitting back, right? Fastin getting these 2 early kills despite being blind. That's a great angle to play because even if you do get blind, you can just continue the spray and oftentimes get some kills, especially with the AK. There's a decent chance that's going to work out for you. And then Imperial, instead of trying to scramble into position and fight for the site, they kind of let Sharks in to begin with and then start to make sure they're all ready to get back into the A site together. Tactical timeout taken by Imperial because we are about to head into the last round of regulation and what could still be the last round of the game.
Just a reminder to anybody who is just tuning in and wondering the context of this match. This is the upper bracket game. The team that wins this series heads on to the grand final. They get themselves a spot there playing for the DreamHack South America grand final. The other will go to the lower bracket, still have a chance to make it through. Imperial up 1 map after winning Mirage. Sharks map pick. We're on Nuke now, and Sharks 1 round away from sending us to a 3rd. Could be overtime though. Fast outside take from Sharks. They're down into the lower site. Now Period. He's been huge for them before, and he's going to get hard checked this time. Reels in, hitting the immediate headshot, and now they're just sprinting into B.
Injecting some instant pace into the proceedings. The last couple of rounds have had the slow starts. This time, Period gets caught out in the open early. Sharks realize they don't have to commit to anything off the back of that. The orb of ZQK moving close onto the B site. He's got 1 man to back him up here. JNT not spotting that player pushing lobby either.
We know Imperial like to get a bit over-enthusiastic sometimes in these faster plays, but Fastin hitting the double headshot, transfers from left to right, finding the decon player, and that has given the man advantage to Imperial.
The bomb could go A though.
They could just go back up to the A site. You're completely right here. It's completely empty. They can just walk up A. They've traded out positions. So even if, they keep that man advantage, it's gone. And now they've lost the A site. They can go with the bomb. The bomb has been dropped. It's at the bottom of the vent. They've dropped down and picked it up again, though. And they're going to run into the A site. Molly down into the vent to keep them at bay. And their plan can come through. Sharks now just taking a deep breath. Can they get this over the line? Can they secure victory here on Nuke and send us to the 3rd? Or will it be overtime? ZQK and Heaven. They're biding their time here, Imperial. Just wanting to take their time before they attempt this retake. Zevi at CT Vent has a good position to deal with the up play from Shao. Traded out by Fastin. He's the MVP of this round. And now JNT, the in-game leader, had all to do. And he cannot get it done. A 4K from Fastin. He's holding that defuse. And we're going right to overtime.
So much utility for that retake, Dinko. They smoke door, they molly the old vent, they get into positions where they can clear out all those angles to take us to overtime. And oh man, Sharks had the chances to close it out, but who the hell knows where OT's going to go between these two. We've had some crazy rounds, some fast rounds, some slow rounds. We've had it all here, but we're going to have some more once we come back after the break.
Everything I do is not enough for you. Everything I do, I'm the toy you toy with every single day. Another one plaything in your little game. I've got this list of things that you need me to do. It's just an errand for a fool, yeah. Don't say nothing you'll regret. I'm saying something. But a whole lot of nothing, a whole lot of nothing is all I ever get. Everything I do is not enough gonna take a ride. Gotta get a look at the other side. I know I just gotta get away from you. I know I just gotta get away from you. Hey, 'cause everything I do is not enough for you. Everything.
No matter situation, all for one for all. There is no hesitation. All for one for all. This is what we tell the haters. All for one for all. This is what dreams are made of. All for one for all. Standing on my left and my right, those I can depend on, we tight. So all you foes jumping into our life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's overtime getting underway. Sharks, they looked like they were about to take us to a third map, Alex, but it was all choked away. Imperial making some good adjustments on the CT defense into the late few rounds of regulation, and now they find themselves here. They have stepped up at an individual level across the board, and Sharks going for this fast outside play. They've got the AWP down here, though. This could be something that works out for them, but it's all about the positioning. Oh, flash doesn't really work out, though. And outside QK getting another one. He's really stepping up. 2 kills from that position. I thought he was going to go down from the flash, but it didn't work out for them. And in fact, just gets 2 from that one and done position. So really good output from the AWPer.
Imperial brought a double AWP setup into this first round of overtime. One of those AWPs has already played its part. ZQK getting them off to a good start. CT smoke was deployed to help give ZQK some cover to get down secret safely. It still took a bit of time for him to get there with the T smokes coming in, with the T flashes. But he gets into position just before Sharks can really be ready for him. And now Sharks have to slow this down, but Xiao's holding an annoying angle here.
Oh, flash again, ineffective from the T side. It's really hard to flash that spot. I feel like everybody just flashes a little too deep. Going into garage generally doesn't really flash the player playing behind those boxes. And cleaned up. Imperial keep up the good form going into overtime. Sharks try to change it up with a faster play outside, just trying to come out of the brick swinging, but the AWP kind of puts a stop to that. Stops them in their tracks.
That's the sort of play you probably pull out for one round of overtime, but I doubt you run that consistently. So it's a good start for Imperial. It's a nice switch up from ZQK. Now we'll see if there are any more switch ups up their sleeves, or if they're just going to play something slightly more standard.
Oh, this fast
down into
mid.
lane.
Yeah, they're in already. Showtime getting the trade kill. Xiao as well just dropping down, helping out for the CT side. And oh, Xiao, so much output from him. Really delivering the goods, and it's 17 to 15. Feels to me, Alex, Imperial have kind of hit their stride. And we're starting to maybe see the weaknesses of Sharks on the T side. When the pressure's on, what can they figure out? Is there anything up their sleeve?
Really just trying to rely on these fast plays to start overtime. And Imperial have shown an ability to be ready for them, an ability to be prepared and to stop them in their tracks. Thankfully, it was that 16k starting money, so no issues for Sharks on that front. But some issues for them considering the rounds they're in. You know, 2 rounds down. Got to try and make sure you win at least one here. And here comes Xiao, almost getting the chance over the top.
Yeah, that would have been brutal to lose your AWPer that early into the round. But danger averted. They get back into spawn. It's good info, though. For the CT side, period. It's the secondary AWPer into ramp. Good flash. One player dropping across. And now Period trying to hold for the repeat if possible. He's committed now to the left side angle. Just trying to get him away from this spot with utility, but it hasn't worked. Period is stubborn. And will stay in his position. He's just got this player trapped in here right now. To get out of that, Reelson actually just needs help from his teammate, or that smoke will work out thrown from the CT side as well.
Actually really nice that Imperial is playing on that side of the box. Normally it's not a great position because it's hard to fall back from, but he can dodge those flashes so easily. He can just tuck in behind the box, dodge away from those flashes, and now once they're about to challenge him, he might be able to make the most of it, but he's just backed away.
It's because they've just lost their secret player. JNT has taken down the B site, and he's just going to run straight through.
Oh,
and that has drawn the rotation of Period down into the site, and he's got this ramp line coming in as well. He's turned around at the right time, though. That's a good kill. Can he get a second one? No. He goes down, but at least he gets one. That keeps his team afloat as Showtime gets the equalizer.
Bomb's going to be planted, but there's still CT utility, and Showtime's charging into the bomb site with no care given.
Oh, he's already inside, but he hasn't got anything from it. Fastin, can he look to his name? He's in second place, and there's the kill. Lining up, 2 kills from him, and now it's all on Exit. 1v1 to stop the flawless half against Imperial. And Exit will not get it done. Shao comes through, and once again, it's Fastin just having this impact late into this game.
The slower round looks much better for Sharks. It got them into a winnable position, but Imperial pushed through with no regard for human life. It's Fastin who's able to follow up off the initial aggression, just about gets that second headshot before the player peeks from control room. And then in the 1v1, it seemed like the Sharks player had the right idea, but Xiao gets great timing to reposition. Slightly unexpected angle for the CT to deal with, and now Imperial only need 1 T round to take it 2-0 and to cause a real upset here in DreamHack South America.
They have been the better team, Alex. They just have been. Taking Mirage rather convincingly. Oh, Sharks' map pick. Now here on Nuke, when things were looking dire, they showed true determination to come back into this one. Imperial and Fastin getting the kills. No scope coming in from the AWPer, and a follow-up kill as well. ZQK, that might just be the final blow. It's all Unreal's it. Left alone here. He's picked up Showtime on the outskirts of the A-bomb site, trying to get around behind him. But now the 1v3. The real tough task begins, trying to get back in here. That molly, if he threw it, would have been great. There's low in behind those boxes, but he's going to use the molly instead. Further into the bomb site. Flash as well. Oh, so many angles he has to worry about here. He switches out the AWP to try and pick off one, but Fastin locks it out. 19-15. They're heading to the grand final here in DreamHack Open 44 South